It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and other comics from all over. We came to Japan to see motorists going the wrong way on a one-way street, and when asked why, to hear them say they are only going one way, and fast. The Talk Funny podcast from NagoyaRadio.com and Nagoya Comedy. Here's Mark Bailey.
Mark Bailey, back again on Talk Funny with Mike Miller.
Great to be here.
Mike, we were talking about my childhood kind of stories. As you have some too, they don't always add up, and sometimes you think about premonition or maybe my parents were lying to me. Did I ever tell you the one where I guess I was 8 and my sister was 5, and we were driving by. My sister and I were always fighting in the back seat. Mom, he's looking at me. Tell him to stop looking at things. Mom, he's thinking about me. Tell him to stop thinking about things. Mom, he's smelling me. Tell him to stop smelling. Mom, he's leering. Tell him to stop leering. And my mom's driving. She's going crazy. And we drive by a funeral home. And we slow down. We're at a red light. By the way, I call BS on this. My mom says, "Oh, did you see that in the newspaper? Those are 2 kids that were fighting in the back seat." And the mom turned around to stop them. And then she got hit head-on by a tractor-trailer. She survived, but the kids died because they were fighting. And I said, well, that's a bad mom and a bad driver, right? That's a bad mom. Damage and protect and serve, that's also true for parents, right? I was 8, and so I thought, wow, that's weird. How would she know? How do you know the details of how someone died, Mike, just by driving by a funeral parlor?
That's weird.
How would you know that?
That's
with
weird.
The timing on that, to drive by as they're bringing the caskets out, you'd have to know, the time. And she goes, so that means don't fight kids. And I said, but it also means, like, be safer, Mom, when you drive. Like, maybe you shouldn't turn around so much. Yeah. And she turned around and she goes, you don't tell me how to drive. And I said, see, you're doing it again. And I said, well, why did the mom live, but the kids died? She goes, because she told the kids they were bad, and then they were bad, and they died. I said, but the mom's a bad driver.
Karma.
Exactly, Jewish karma. I said, but the mom was a bad driver. Shouldn't she be dead too? That's justice. She's a bad driver. That's one of the wives' tales that I heard all my life. And then a few years ago, I started thinking, I think that never happened. I think she made it up. How would you know that? And I asked my mom when she was in her 80s, and I said, remember that thing you told us about with the kids? What newspaper, what day was that? Like, when was that? That was, I remember it was in June, but what? I said, I went to microfiche at the library, and there's no such story of that in June when I was 8. 71? I said, I looked at all the stories when I was 8. There's not one story like that. And then you think about that, like, if there was an accident and 2 kids died, the mom just said that the 2 kids died because they were fighting. Why didn't she die? That's kind of weird.
And she would be in the front seat.
Yeah, how do we know that the kids were fighting? Because the mom said so. Maybe it's a bad mom. And my mom said, that's what happened. It was in the newspaper. And I said, well, I looked in the newspaper. It was New York Times? She goes, yeah. Yeah, it's not in there, Mom. I have the microfiche. You show me. There's no articles about that. Because in accidents in the newspaper, they don't say that the kids were a-holes and that's why they died. Only Jewish moms say that. Only you say that, Mom. Because you wanted me to clean my room.
Yeah.
That's why you sent the mermaid. Sent the demon. So it's like, what else have you been lying to me about? It just didn't add up. So that's one of my, that would make a great Bill Burr episode.
Yeah, but you saw it with your own eyes, you said.
But it took me, 30 years to figure it out. That the story doesn't make sense.
Maybe she saw that and she just made it up on the spot.
You think a Jewish mom would do that?
Never.
To get their clad,
Never.
get their kids in line.
No.
There's another one where I was 7, my sister was 4, and she's going to nursery school, and I'm going to 2nd grade. My mom's in a hurry. She puts some pancakes on the stove. They burn. She takes it off. They're smoking, Maybe she's part Chinese. Speaking of smoking, next to
smoking
fire.
on the balcony.
So she takes the burnt pancakes, puts them on her plate, pours syrup all over it, and goes, you got 8 minutes to eat this, and then we got to leave. So she runs to get dressed, and they're burnt. And my sister's crying. She's like, oh, it tastes like fire. It tastes like streets. It tastes like Grandma's breath with the tobacco, And it's all burnt. It's all charcoal. Char. And I said, well, put some more syrup, try to eat it, because we're getting in trouble if we don't eat it. And I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. So we spit it out, and I threw both plates away in the trash. So my Mom comes back 6 minutes later instead of 8, and she goes, "You could have eaten them that fast." I said, "No, we ate them." So she goes, "If I look in the garbage, they're not going to be there?" No. Why would you look in the garbage? Who would throw that in the garbage? Why would I do that? So she looks in the garbage, she finds them, she drags them out, and she pieces them back together. She said, "Now you eat them in front of me." It's been in the garbage. There's like egg yolks. So my mom made us eat it, and then my sister started to get sick. And she goes, "Okay, we got to go now." So we both got sick. She got sick at the nursery school. I got sick at second grade. We both vomited because we were eating coffee grounds and burnt pancakes.
Yeah.
They took me to the nurse, and the nurse said, "What did you eat?" And I said, "I ate burnt pancakes." "And why?" And I said, "Well, because I threw them away, and then my mom made us eat them." And then she said, "Okay, I think the principal should hear this." Called the principal. So the principal called my mom in. My mom came in, and she goes, "Yeah, I made them because I was in a hurry, and they disrespected, and they lied to me, and they threw them away." And they said, "But you can't make them eat coffee grounds." She said, "But I didn't tell them to eat coffee grounds. I made them eat the pancakes." Yeah, but the coffee grounds were attached to the pancakes.
Yeah.
That's why they both got sick, And the moral of the story is, now we would have been taken away by family services. She would have lost her kids then, right? And so my mom said, the lesson is don't lie to me. Oh, don't lie to you because you're going to make me eat burnt pancakes? Also at 86, I have your insulin right here. Could it be that maybe I shouldn't lie to you, or maybe because you'd be like a better cook? Like, what do you think? You want your insulin? It's right here. So it's like I'm starting to call my mom on her BS.
Yeah.
And then the trick's on me because she died before I could confront her with all of it. Jewish karma, man.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Oh.
All right.
Good story, though. Good story.
Had another one. I woke up and it was summertime, and then I found a bunch of matches in the garage, and then my sister, I guess I was 9. So I woke up, summertime, found a bunch of matches. Across the street, there's a new house being built, and when they build new houses, there's no lawn, so they just have hay everywhere. It's just straw and hay.
Mm-hmm. Just keep the weeds down, I guess, and stuff.
And my sister, she took some matches, and she went across the street. She started lighting them, and she's playing with matches. And I come over and I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm playing with the matches." And I said, "Where are you putting the burnt matches when they burn?" She goes, "I just throw them down on a hay."
This is a great life lesson.
She's like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And I said, "You can't do that." And I said, "Where did you throw them?" I said, "In this area only." She goes, "No, everywhere." I went around the house. So I peeked around the corner of the new house that they're building, and there's a fire already. So I said, "First of all, give me the matches." I threw them in the street, and then I ran across the street to our house, and my dad's just sitting there listening to Fleetwood Mac or something, and it was Santana. He likes Santana. He was listening to Santana and the Beatles. And I said, "I know there's a raging fire. You can hear it." And I said, "Dad, can I have, how many brooms do we have? Do we have some brooms and some rakes and stuff?" And he goes, "For what? Is it okay if the brooms get burnt?" And he goes, "Where's the fire?" Because what happened was when he was 9, he started a fire. He burned down a farmhouse.
Wow.
Yeah. Just playing with matches. And he goes, "I know when there's a fire. So where's the fire?" And I said, "Over there. If you look out." And he opened the curtains, and by then it's at the top. It's top of the house.
Oh, my
He said,
God.
"Jesus!" So he runs over, and he gives us all brooms and mops, and we're all beating the fire. My mom's home, and he goes, "I don't want your mom to call 911.
Yeah.
And we got the fire put out. We never woke up my mom. That's the happy ending.
Wow.
Been Mark Bailey with Mike Miller on Talk Money.